Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rigger Gaming with your host, Alan Civi.
And Mordon.
We're here to talk about but a new game coming from Fatshark, called Darktide. Right now, the Darktide is a Warhammer 40k version of Vermintide. It is a first-person shooter as well as a melee combative version as well. Basically Vermintide, but with space.
Apparently it's got a sci-fi-esque setting.
Oh yeah.
But let's go ahead and watch the trailer. Kind of spooky.
My Lord Inquisitor, I've reached a term of prime and begun our investigations. Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest. I'll know more when they make it back.
I'm guessing these four guys probably like
If they make it back.
Darktide coming in to 2021. All right. So, as we have just watched, some interesting stuff to divulge from, as it is Warhammer 40k. Apparently, you're going to be fighting zombies. Well, to be more specific, they're poxwalkers from the Nurgling domain.
Now these images are from pre-alpha, so they might differ from the actual game.
Oh yeah, but we could always try to infer stuff from it. Like for instance, a lot of these poxwalkers tend to be kind of skinnier than they're supposed to. But I guess it's a different pox because Nurgle has a different pox every single time he goes into his experiments. Apparently they might be able to use tools.
Such weapons probably lying about.
Oh yeah. And I think that's a, what is that, a plague walker or something? Or a plague bearer.
Yeah, plague bearer.
That might be a plague bearer. Or it could just be an infected Ogren. Oh yeah, they're probably definitely going to be using tools.
Most likely they will be using some sort of weapons.
Which is interesting. I know in Vermintide the Skaven used weapons, but in things like Left 4 Dead, which is basically kind of like the thing that spawned a lot of this type of genre, usually the zombies didn't have weapons, so this might be interesting to see if they have like different attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, like different types of what did you call them?
Poxwalkers.
Poxwalkers.
Yeah. Ooh, a nice interior. Ooh, we get to see what's inside a hive city, which is usually not something we often see. Most of the time we often see like factorums or ecclesiarchal buildings in Warhammer 40k. Sometimes we'll just see like land and stuff like that, or giant fortresses, but we never actually get to see the inside of these
hive cities.
Yeah, inside of the hive cities, inside of like normal domain. So it's interesting to see this perspective. More shots from inside the hive city. This looks like an elevator.
Honestly, it looks like the maps are going to be relatively large.
Oh yeah.
if they even have maps, they might just have like an open world type setting.
Well, no, I think they're gonna have a set map.
Set map?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think yeah, I think this is a ministerium, a chapel of sorts for the ecclesiarchy, and that's about it for the pictures that they give us.
Yeah, they have limited information as of right now.
Yeah. Anyways, no thank you. We also got some information from the site for more information just other than just inference. They do say that there's not a whole lot of details right now, but according to them, players will not be able to hide behind lethal ranged weapons. They'll need to combine both FPS and melee skills as they get up close and personal with visceral clashes between Imperium and Chaos factions. Now that is an interesting word set. Chaos factions. Because a lot of people are talking about the Poxwalkers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I do hope... I can see, obviously, from the beginning that using the Nurgle domain, because it's a pretty underappreciated domain in terms of the Chaos factions, but I could see them using it because it's an obvious swarm type of enemy unit, but I would love to see things like Slaaneshi Demonettes and Slaaneshi Cultists, or like Cornate Cultists and Cornate Berserker Demons and Bloodletters and stuff like that.
They might have those new enemies introduced the further you progress in the game.
Probably, or they could be of different maps and stuff like that. Each one will have different Chaos factions. Maybe we'll even get Undivided, which could just be a slew of different, essentially Chaos units that we would have to see.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting to see, because a lot of times when you get Chaos Undivided, you would also have to have some sort of centering focus, which is usually the Black Legion. I doubt we will actually see Space Marines or Chaos Space Marines, because as noted up here, well, it seems like we're going to be playing some Imperial Guard type units. I don't think we're going to be playing Space Marines.
No, I think, especially from what this is telling us, I think they're going to have like 3 or 4 different characters.
I think there's going to be more. I remember a picture where they had like an Ogryn.
An Ogryn?
Yeah. Or at least it's theorized to be an Ogryn, and it's theorized to be an Ogryn because he's a big muscly man, and usually that's not a Space Marine, because Space Marines are usually in their armor, and they rarely doff it.
Okay, so, but the main premise of this will be like Vermintide. You're going to have 4 players in this co-op FPS going through trying to wipe out these. As far as we know right now, the only enemies are
Chaos cults, and
Chaos cults.
More specifically, Nurgling type Chaos cultists. It is interesting because we're probably going to be playing either. I'm not sure if we're playing Adeptus Scions, because Adeptus Scions have, I think, a different uniform than that. But we might. I know we are essentially under the law of the Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
And that is interesting because you get to see a lot of the... they tend to grab pretty much anybody they want to grab. So there could be a huge list of characters, and obviously you're just probably going to pick 4.
Yeah.
Because that's how many, usually these type of scenarios, because it's built around 4-player co-op.
Well, it gives them room to add on to the game after the game is released.
It's just this inquisitorial acolytes. That's not entirely true, because that would imply that we are becoming inquisitors, rather than we are being taken because the Inquisition says we are taken.
We were basically shanghaied into this.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how the Inquisition rolls. They do what they want because they can. They want to exterminate a planet. They can't exterminate a planet. How do you argue with that? You can't.
No, I guess not.
I do hope... one of my biggest worries was that it was just going to be Nurgle and Plague Walkers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they added Chaos factions, which implies that there might be more. It doesn't necessarily mean that they will be more, but it definitely has a good implication that there's probably going to be like Kornet cultists, Tzeentch cultists, and Slaaneshi cultists, which would add a wider variety of enemies to fight and utilizing different tactics. Because Khorne would obviously be more upfront and brutal. With Tzeentch, you would have like sorcerers and stuff like that.
Well, just judging from the many pictures that we saw, there are clearly going to be also many types of enemies within those groups or within those factions.
Oh yeah, there's going to be the cultists, obviously, and then I believe they would, because Vermintide would have specialized units, and of course the Chaos cultists, they also have specialized units, which are demons, essentially. Mm-hmm. Now, I would also like to see, because this is going to take place in underhives and stuff like that, I would also like to see maybe even Gene Stealer cults.
Oh.
Get a little Tyrannid action in that. Because that would be also very interesting to see a bunch of Tyrannid infested cultists who just forego their humanity for the great devouring. I'm not sure if there's anything else I would like to see other than well, no, I don't think orcs would work. Well, actually, orcs might work.
Well, we won't know anything for sure until further down the line. Once we get closer to release date, we'll keep you posted. Definitely on any updates coming out on Darktide.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see you next time.
Oh yeah. Just remember, if you want to see more, click the subscribe button and give us a like and a comment.
We're trying to make videos better, so all your comments definitely help.
All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Stop playing games. Get out of money. Change your name.